Hello, my name is Christopher Levy, and I'm a 35-year-old man, gay man, and I'm starting this video series because I want to chronicle my struggles, my life, and hopefully it'll act as some kind of therapy for me along the way. The reason I'm starting this now is because I'm a college student. I'm in a really, really rough spot in my life right now. And, I'm hoping that maybe by doing this it'll help me. Let me give you a little background. I was born November 16th, 1976, in a small town in Arkansas to older, very poor parents. I was raised in Arkansas. I had a pretty rocky childhood, a lot of crap, which I'll talk about later in subsequent videos, but anyway, when I was around 8 or 9, my dad had his first heart attack. And at that point, my childhood was pretty much over. I had to start cooking and cleaning and helping my parents, and my mom was sick and had surgery and wasn't able to work, and my dad wasn't able to work. He had a triple bypass surgery. And we were very poor, and we ended up moving to Kansas to be with my dad's family. And so we moved there, and I was there for several years. And then, when I was about 15, he decided that he didn't want to be with his family anymore, so we moved back to Arkansas. And, I graduated high school in 1995 from a little bitty teeny tiny town called Oark. And, then I had a restaurant, and that burned down, and that didn't work. And then in 1997, just a few weeks before my 21st birthday, my dad had another massive heart attack and died. He died on Wednesday. That Friday, my mom had a heart attack. We buried my dad on Saturday. We had to hold my mom up at the funeral. And then Monday, I took her to the doctor, and they shipped her straight to a hospital in Fort Smith, where they did a quadruple bypass on her. So I was burying my dad and almost lost my mom all at the same time. And that was really, really hard. I nearly lost all my marbles. So anyway, I spent the next 10 years taking care of her at home, working 2 jobs, put off college, lost my car to pay her house payment, all this kind of stuff. And then in 2003, 2004, somewhere in there, she had a stroke. And my older brothers decided that they didn't want her to live at home with me anymore, so they stuck her in a nursing home. And I had all of about a week to pack up all of her things, put it in storage, and go away. So I moved to Louisiana and stayed with some family there for a short period of time. Then went back to Arkansas and took care of Mom in the nursing home, went to work there, and took care of her there. And I had some really rough years, drank a lot. Then in 2007, she died. That pretty much was the end of my rope. I didn't know who I was. I'd spent my whole life taking care of my parents. I went crazy, became a drunk. Moved to Louisiana again for a little while. Drank myself silly for quite a long time. And then moved back to Arkansas for about a year and tried to get my things straightened out. And then my ex-roommate went crazy and tried to kill me. And so I ended up back in Louisiana. And then in 2009, the fall of 2009, I kind of had a nervous breakdown again of sorts, and moved here to Virginia, where my brother Paul lives. Moved here and basically started my life all over again. I moved in with them for a little bit until I could get a place with my other sister. Her and I lived together for a very short period of time because that just didn't work out. She's crazy. And I went back to my brother's for about a month until I got an apartment in this building that I'm in now. I went back to college, got my certificate program in pharmacy technician, and started working at CVS as pharmacy tech. And then in December of last year, I got an opportunity to teach at National College. And CVS fired me because they didn't want me to take off on Tuesdays to teach these 2 classes. But I wanted to teach because that's what I love to do, so I quit, or got fired, and started teaching at the college. Ended up having to go on unemployment for a little bit. But then I was taking care of my nieces, babysitting them a lot, and got paid for that, plus teaching. And then I went back to work at Country Cookin', which is a little restaurant in the mall here that I've worked at off and on since 2009. Things are great. Things were really looking up. And then about a month ago, both my little nieces graduated from preschool, so I wasn't taking them to school. You know, I wasn't babysitting them a couple of days a week, taking them to classes, things like that. So that little financial well dried up. And then the restaurant where I was working at went to hell. Basically, no money, no tips. You know, I remember walking out a few weeks ago on a Saturday night with $9. So that just went to hell. And then the college, there was a 2-week break in between terms, so I didn't have any income from there. And then they only gave me 1 class this term to teach. So I have found myself 35, old, fat, gay, ugly, drunk, smoking lots of cigarettes, and now completely broke. And I'm scared. I've worked so hard for so many years to figure out who I was and to make a life for myself and my family. And now it's like I've been knocked back down to square one again. And so I'm going to video all this stuff and give you my life story every day, and hopefully chronicle a journey of new growth and new beginnings and of a better life. I've not had a drink in 12 hours. It's pretty good. I mean, I wasn't a raging alcoholic, but every night when I got off work, I'd come home and I'd drink. I can't do that anymore because there's no money to buy booze. So, anyway, here's 12 hours sober. Actually slept somewhat decently, I guess. I went online yesterday and put in a couple applications. I'm going to my brother's for lunch today, and then I teach class, my 1 class that I get to teach a week at the college this afternoon. So anyway, that kind of is everything in a nutshell. I have about 4 cigarettes left, and when they're gone, they're gone. I will be quitting smoking as well today. So it's going to be a bad day. But hopefully these videos will help me get through the struggle. And we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. It's bound to be an interesting ride. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.